Hi and welcome to the 106th edition of Quotes, Quibble and Question, your weekly leadership development fix from me, Matt the Coaching Guy. This week let's talk about performance management and let's talk loud about it, not the underhanded process that often signals someone's exit from the organisation. And no wonder it's feared by employees. It's been weaponised as a stick to beat people with, a dreaded process and a threat hanging over their head. Performance management isn't a dirty word and it shouldn't be a weapon, but when done well, it's the foundation for any great business or team. The stat for high-performing teams is that 20% of the team or organisation should be on enhanced performance management at any one time. And if you think underperformance when you think about performance management, you're looking at this all wrong. It's about clarity, support and unlocking potential for both the individual and the organisation. This means it's just as useful for high performers as it is for bringing people up to the base level. In most cases, actually more useful for overall performance, as high performers can stretch by 20% and underperformers only by 5%. I've dealt with thousands of grievances in my 30-year corporate career, and they usually come down to one thing: a lack of capability in the leader. They don't understand the process, the empathy, and the support that's required. And the first rule of leadership: it isn't about you. So let's explore this a little further. And your quotes for this week are: what gets measured gets managed, by Peter Drucker. Before you're a leader, success is all about growing yourself. When you become a leader, success is all about growing others, Jack Welch. The way you treat your employees is the way you treat your customers, Richard Branson. And a leader who knows the way, goes the way, shows the way, John C. Maxwell. And your quibble for this week is: where does it all go wrong? A common theme on performance management is it feels like a gotcha moment, a sudden process that comes out of nowhere and blindsides someone. When that happens, it creates a defensiveness, resistance, and even resentment. Why? Because nobody likes to be surprised by criticism. It feels like you're using a sledgehammer to hit a walnut, excessive force for the task in hand. This usually happens because of a lack of clear expectations up front. Leaders holding on to responsibilities for one-to-ones instead of empowering the employee for their own growth. Micromanagement that signals mistrust, inconsistencies across team members, or simply underperforming performance being ignored until it becomes too big to hide. When performance conversations are neglected, team morale suffers, frustration festers, capable people leave, and those who remain feel undervalued and under-supported. So what can be done differently? Be open from the start, talk about goals, expectations and consequence early, and revisit them. Intervene early, spot the signs, ask a question, offer support before things escalate. Check your role. If someone is underperforming and they're under your leadership for 6 months, ask yourself, have I done everything I can to support them? And empower the individual. Their growth is their own responsibility. Your role is to guide, not to rescue. And avoid assumptions. Title and past experience doesn't guarantee capability. Validate it. Keep it continuous. Performance management isn't a seasonal sprinkler. It's a running tap. It's always on. When leaders approach performance management as an ongoing supportive process, it stops being something to fear and becomes a powerful lever for growth. Don't let the excuse of being busy distract you from the cadence of performance management. Neglect is the start of the end. And so your question for this week is: if you looked at your team today, would you say that performance management feels like a supportive conversation about their growth, or a surprise waiting to happen? So thanks for listening to the newsletter this week. If you've got any subjects you'd like to hear more on, please drop me an email at matt@thecoachingguy.co.uk. And if you're considering coaching that's right for you or for your team, drop me a DM and let's start a conversation. Have a great week. Bye for now.